Hi everyone, it's Sarah here doing my 33-week pregnancy vlog. I was supposed to post a video last Wednesday after my midwife's appointment, but I didn't. I'm sorry, I've just been super busy and I didn't really have much time. So I'm making my 33-week video a day late also. I'm 33 weeks and 1 day pregnant today. Didn't make it yesterday because, as I said, I've been super busy. The weather here has just been absolutely crazy. In my last video I was absolutely boiling hot. For 4 days last week, 4 consecutive days, the temperature gauge rose above 42 degrees, so that is absolutely boiling hot here in Sydney, to the point where my feet were so swollen that I couldn't even put shoes on and go out, so it was pretty bad. Now the weather has changed completely. It's gone 180. It is 20 degrees here now today, and it is raining, so it's actually cold. This is the first time I've been able to wear a long sleeve top in weeks. So the weather's really strange here in Australia at the moment. The state above where I live in New South Wales, and the state above me is Queensland, and that is flooding. There are whole towns that are submerged in water, and then the state below New South Wales, which is Victoria, is completely on fire. So it's been really bad down in Victoria. Over the weekend there's been recorded death rate of 173 at the moment. They still haven't searched all the properties, but it's expected to rise over 300. There are thousands of people homeless. It's just been absolutely horrible. So the weather is playing a cruel joke on Australia at the moment, and it's just been horrible. But I'm glad for a bit of relief today, being 20 degrees and nice and cool. Listen to me, I sound like a weather woman. I'm here to do my pregnancy vlog. Okay, so last week was my 32-week midwife's appointment. Everything went well. I got the results back of for the gestational diabetes screening test, and it came back that I didn't have gestational diabetes, which was really good. Something I was a little bit worried about too, because my sister had gestational diabetes in her 2 previous pregnancies, and my mum had gestational diabetes when she was pregnant with me. So I was told that I was a bit of a high risk, seeing that other women in my family did have gestational diabetes, but all was clear. Something that the midwife was a little bit concerned about was my hemoglobin levels, because at the beginning of the pregnancy, my level was 127, and then my last blood test came back and showed that my hemoglobin levels was 113. So it's dropped a considerable amount, but she said that does happen in pregnancy because you have more blood pumping, so your blood becomes more diluted, so the levels do drop, but not usually that low. So if it gets to 110, then there is a risk that I could be anemic, which is a bit worrying. So she just told me to eat more red meat and double my pregnancy supplements, so I have to take 4 tablets every 2 days now instead of 2. And she told me just to eat some tofu and stuff like that. Not very nice, but she just said to keep my iron levels high to stop the chance of anemia, and she's going to test me next time I go in. So fingers crossed I don't become anemic. What else? She measured my fundal height, and it was 32 centimetres, which was right on track. Last time I had it measured was at 28 weeks, and I was 29 centimetres, so I was a bit ahead. So last week I evened up at 32 centimetres. Only put on 2 kilos in a month, which is weird because I thought I'd put on a lot more than that. So last time I weighed in, I was 63.5 centimetres kilos, and last week I was 65.5 kilos, so 2 kilos, which is a miracle because I've been eating heaps lately. Listened to baby's heart on the Doppler, and it was a strong, healthy heartbeat like always. Listened to the placenta flow, which was perfect. spoke to my midwife about labouring in the water. I said in my last pregnancy vlog that I wanted to discuss that with my midwife, but I wasn't sure if they allowed it at the hospital. But she said yes, they do. You can labour in the water as long as you get into the water after you're 5 centimetres dilated, because if you get in before that, it usually slows down the labour and the contractions. So they don't really want that. They want it to progress normally. So she said that I'm allowed to get into the water after I'm dilated 5 centimetres. And she also asked me if I wanted to have a water birth, which is something that I was very excited about, something that I've been watching videos on, and it just looks so pleasant. Mum looks happy and baby looks happy. That's something that I really, really wanted to do. And so I told the midwife, yes, that is something that I've been very interested in. Just watching other videos on YouTube and stuff like that, it just looks so pleasant and so nice. But I didn't actually know any of the risks of water births until I got home from the appointment, and I googled it and came back with some pretty scary stuff, just about how the baby can develop respiratory problems, that there is a chance of cord rupture, which is very, very bad. And another thing that I found a bit strange was that they took the APGAR scores at 2 minutes after birth instead of 1, like with a dry birth, and that the baby stayed blue for a bit longer than with a normal birth. So that's something that I want to discuss with my midwife, because I was completely 100% sure that I wanted to have a water birth before I read the risks, and so now I'm really still on the fence about it at the moment, not quite sure. Just want to speak to the midwife and weigh up the pros and cons of the water birth and then make my decision that way. So I just want to be fully informed of what the risks are and what can happen. If any of you out there had a water birth, or you know anyone who had a water birth, have any information for me, good or bad, I would love to hear it, because right now I'm just really, really trying to weigh up whether it's worth it or not. So let me know. What else happened at the appointment? Nothing else really. She just told me that she was very excited that I was interested in water births, because it's not very common. Not many women here in Australia do have water births, so it's good that they are capable. They do have the facilities at the hospital that I chose to have a water birth, if that's something that I want to go through with. Baby boy's been so active. Oh, he just keeps constantly moving around. They say that they spend 90% of the time in utero sleeping, but I just think that's crazy, because he's moving around 90% of the time. So I don't know when this little bugger sleeps, but I hope once he comes out into the world he wants to rest up, because he's spent all of his time in there moving around and kicking and whatnot. I'll show you guys my belly. It is getting bigger, I have noticed. I was a bit worried in my last video, but someone advised me that I should be measuring it, and I have been measuring it. It's been growing, and it's been very, very exciting, just getting closer each day. I'm closer to meeting my baby boy. Been having very vivid dreams about him lately, where I can actually see his face and I'm holding him and kissing him and stuff. It's just so exciting. He'll probably come out looking nothing like what I dreamt of, but yeah, it's just really, really amazing how vivid the dreams are when you're pregnant. I'll show you guys my belly. Oh. Okay. There it is. 33 weeks. I live in my yoga pants because they're just so comfortable. I love them. All my pajama pants are like yoga pants too, so every single pair of pants that I own are like yoga pants, because they're just so easy to wear and they're comfy. Front on. I'll actually show you guys where he is. This is where the midwife told me he is. His little head's down here, and his back's this way. His arms are coming across there, and his bum's up here, and his legs are across there. So that's where he is. Well, I think that's it for week 33. Not really much else has been happening. I've been noticing that I've been sleeping a lot more. Lately I've been having little naps in the afternoon, which I hadn't been doing since the beginning of the pregnancy, but I've just been feeling really tired. Maybe it's the weather, just got me a bit out of whack with my sleeping patterns, and also needing to urinate a lot more lately, so getting up 12, 13, 14 times a night, going to the toilet really mucks up my sleeping patterns. So that's what's been happening with me for week 33. I'll see you guys next week, week 34, and if you have any information about water births, good or bad, let me know, because I'd love to hear from you. Alright guys, I'll see you next week. Bye!